Hey guys, what's up? So now I'm gonna go over my 3 big triple jump mistakes. These are the ones that I'm always saying in practice. I'm always repeating myself to each one of my jumpers, so I feel like they are the most 3 common to me. Could be different for you guys. But for those that don't know me, my name is Fallon Headings. I'm a physical therapist and a track and field coach. So let's get started. I think one of the most common things that I see is slowing into the board or not attacking the board or the first phase. So I am always telling my athletes that they should feel like they're actually speeding up as they take off into the board. And they should really feel like their hips aren't going super high. They're not stopping themselves. It should not feel like a long jump. It should feel like your hips are just moving across the board and you're jumping out. So that's the first thing. That's a really big thing I see, because once you slow into the board, you're losing momentum, which is going to make your second and third phases much harder to stay at that momentum. So the end goal for your triple jump is to make sure you keep the same momentum in all 3 of your phases as you take off the board. And that's where a lot of times people are like, oh, I have a problem with my second phase, or oh, I have a poor landing. But really it all comes down to timing. Timing is crucial in the triple jump. And I would say, I'm going to put a number out there. I'm going to say probably 90 to 95% of mistakes that happen in triple jump is a timing issue. So I've had so many athletes message me and say, hey, I have a short second phase. What do I do about it? A lot of you know that your phases are supposed to be pretty even, maybe a foot off for your second phase. But if you know that you should be getting your knee up in your second phase and you continue to do bounding after bounding and you're getting your knee up and you're getting your knee up, but then you go into a triple jump and your knee doesn't seem to stay up, the problem is usually happening before. So I always say, the triple jump is totally to this, like a T. Wherever you see your problem, whether it's your second phase, whether it's your poor landing, look one step ahead, and that's usually the problem. That's usually the true driver to the problem. So if you have a short second phase, it's usually either a timing issue off the board, a timing issue between your first and second phase. And that's why you have a short second phase, because you're either losing momentum or you are getting yourself in bad positioning or a bad posture to not be able to bring your knee up. Because remember, the more forward lean you have, the less knee drive that you can have. So you have to stay nice and tall. So the minute you get here, your knee can only go up so high. So that's a lot of times why I see the short second phase. So if you have a short second phase, look back and try and just perfect phase number 1 and then your timing between phase 1 and phase 2. And then poor landing is, I hear my athletes always, the number 1 thing they want to practice is landing, which I find very funny because 90% of the time it's something that happened prior to, but nobody has really taught them that until I've harped on it for an entire year, and now they finally understand that landing isn't everything. So yes, does your landing matter? Absolutely. Should you be doing the t-shirt drills? Should you be doing the hurdle drills? Should you be making sure that you're getting into that pike and getting into your full extension? Absolutely. But a lot of times you don't have enough time to practice that in your jump, and it's coming from a timing issue earlier. So an easy example is actually my triple jump. So if any of you guys follow my personal page, I have some old triple jumps of me up on my personal page. I don't think I've ever put any on my business page, but maybe I will, to show the example of my landing is actually always pretty darn poor because I never had enough time on my third phase. And it came down to a timing issue between my second and third phase. Sometimes even a timing issue between my first and second phase that screwed up my timing even more for my second and third phase. So you always want to look at your transitions between your phases to make sure that your legs are in the right areas and your posture is correct before going into that next phase. Because if your posture or your timing is already off, it's really hard to come back from that. So a lot of times poor landings, usually with me, has always happened between a bad timing transition between my second and third phase where I couldn't get any height to even work on my landing. So did I have a really good landing in practice? Absolutely, because I wasn't working on my timing. I was just doing like the t-shirt drill or just doing a specific drill to work on my landing. My landing was fine. But the minute I added a timing problem in, that's what made this mistake look so much bigger. So these are probably my 3 most common mistakes in the triple jump. Triple jump's a hard event to figure out. I always say there's multiple problems that can be wrong because all the transitions between your phases, you have 3 phases where you can make a mistake, whereas long jump, you only have the approach and the long jump. So it's a lot easier to figure out your mistakes in the long jump, whereas triple jump I feel like is very hard. So if you have any difficulty with that, put a comment in the comment section, message me personally. I offer technique analyses, so let me know if you need anything that route. And please subscribe to my page and send this out to all the triple jumpers that you know, because I love to see athletes compete well in the triple jump. I love it. All right, have a good day, guys. See ya.